Welcome back. Hans caught us, it's okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Rehydrated. So, having got up here and the most naturally... Oh, that's awesome! You go in here automatically if you fall in. I love that! I always thought it was so dissatisfying that you just stood on nothing and you dropped in there.
Are you on patrol down here?
I love that. You got here in the most honest of ways, of course.
This is my second job. I work security. Now listen, if you want to reach the golden spatula, you need to shut off the museum's security system.
Isn't that literally your job?
Do you have to iron those pants or are they wrinkle-free? Unlike you.
Pay attention, kid. This is serious stuff. Now, if we don't get this robot thing resolved, Shady Shoals will shut down and I'll have to move back in with my son and his wife and his 4 screaming kids. Now, you see that vent on the other side of the museum?
Yes, sir.
That's where you exit the museum. Good luck, kid.
I won't let you down, Barnacle Boy.
Well, as you've seen firsthand, I'm very good at disabling security systems. To the benefit and detriment of...
What are you waiting for, kid? Get in there!
Of the surrounding area. So, I see they replaced the art in here. I heard that they did. Someone had told me that they did. Do I recognize any of this? I feel like some of this, with its, like, actual, like, imitation of different famous artists, might actually be stuff that was used, or that was visible in... could be found, unlocked, in Lights Camera Pants, because you can unlock art like this in Lights Camera Pants. That over on the left there looks more like, probably not concept art, but more like something that would have been made specifically for this game. It's weird, that picture of Patrick looks like it's, or Patrick in that picture looks like it's specifically based off of stock art. I like that though. It's based on the entire cast of this game. Pearl's not in this game though, is she? I mean, at least not in the original. I'm not about this one. I don't know what sorts of stuff might be added. We haven't seen any of the stuff that's been added yet, namely. It really messes with my head when the audio cues get pushed off. Oh, off cue. Oh, that's interesting. You can actually take... Okay. It's nice that you can't run across it, but... Oh, also the buttons don't stay pressed. It's nice that you can't run across that, but it's a little peculiar. Also, by the way, why is there no actual entrance to here? Why don't they add, like, a door there? Well, it makes so much more sense, because otherwise there's literally no entrance or exit to this area as far as I'm aware. It'd be a single little detail that would be really good to have. Good camera. Silhouette. That'd be a good thumbnail. Oh. Just interesting to see. The cans are still... These cans are specifically snail po now. I don't think they were snail po in the original. That's nice. I don't think I was able to jump over there from here. Are you gonna stop being electrocuted? No? Cool. There you go. It took forever. Cool. I think I got a cutscene for the other one exploding. Those look cool when they explode though. I like that. You can see the internals. Like the wires and whatnot. It's interesting how like they're like tops to these things now. These like random floating shocking objects they encountered from time to time in this game. They just got a little bit more detail to them. Hello? Button. Their design was slightly refined. These robots just appear on the ground here. That's bugging me. Are you scared of SpongeBob? What is that though? Is it like a specific kind of light? Yeah, it's just a light bulb, I guess, ultimately. What's he scared of down here?
Just
I don't know.
my size.
Sound fun with animations. Anyways. These guys that we can just arbitrarily sponge bowl into now. I used to have fun just trying to get these guys to succumb to a sponge bowl in any form.
There's nothing like the smell
And now
of
you can just
bubbles
sponge
in
bowl
the
into them.
morning. Smells like victory. Time for a little
They're
sleepy
not what they used
sneak.
to be. They've weakened, they've become soft. How did this person get trapped in here? Clam chowder. Interesting. With a security system, though. Alright. Patrick Scream. That's amazing. I don't know. Unless we... I don't recognize any of these from Ice Carrot Pants, though. The only one I remember from Ice Carrot Pants, admittedly, was their rendition of Birth of Venus with SpongeBob. Oh no, there it is! That's precisely what I was talking about. The SpongeBob piece you can see up, like kind of near where I'm bubble bashing right now. So yeah, at least some of these were also in... Real big little fish. At least some of these were also in Ice Carrot Pants. I don't take issue with that though. If anything, it's kind of a cool acknowledgement of another game. I could have thought that something from that game would appear in something else. But these guys don't just appear and hit the buttons. Which, that's how it was in the original game. I thought it was ridiculous then too. That's why I can complain about this game being faithful. It's kind of weird in this game how they win the aren't on aggroed. Sometimes you can literally just attack them and they won't be aggroed. Again, the original was like that too. Why is the spatula right here? There's a lot more to do in this place afterwards. Like, what's that spatula called? Stop the plundering robots. Well, I haven't stopped them yet. I guess we've turned off all the security stuff. Also, the flying platforms you don't need to sneak across anymore. Oh, whoa, they got a statue in here! I was wondering if I could hit him with the ball bolt. It seems kind of silly that I can. So, another of it's just showing off the models. But I like that. It's not just, like, pictures. That is really cool. Hang bubble body in there is kind of weird. But I do appreciate this. That is actually really nice. They're posing. And it's showing off the models, but I think that's a really cool thing to do. It's reusing assets, but in a really cool way. How's that can still on? How does the light come from these cans? The range has been nerfed. Yeah, so I wonder how many of these are like original, or if any of them are, or whatever. I'm fine with it either way. What is going to sound on me? Oh, he knocked him into explosion. Actually, another scream. Interesting. Why are there multiple renditions to the scream? Knocking a Tartar into a... How does one call it? The Tartar actually... Ow! She actually does beat them instantly. Sweet. I don't know why these people are on display. It's kind of weird. I like to imagine some of these Squidward-oriented paintings actually by Squidward. What is really weirding me out here is that the old people are actually moving. Like, are these actual old people, like, live samples? live demonstrations that they've included behind the glass. Everything else is just like sitting perfectly still. It's like a wax statue. These guys are like actually here. Maybe they just get paid for it. Maybe that's their job. Maybe Barnacle Boy does that sometimes. He just swaps out with the Barnacle Boy figure that we saw down there. Oh man, that monsoon is way up in the air. I always find the monsoon here really annoying. Actually, this is probably a spot where having a monsoon, like sigils on the ground is probably actually really helpful. What's Poseidon there? Amusing. I'll have to go on Spatula too, specifically. The nice touch of SpongeBob having underwear. Conch Street, except in opposite order. How avant-garde. That's not all I was trying to do, but okay. Ah, that probably messed with the whole thing. So I think the idea is that you do this.
I love opening presents.
I think all of it explodes. There you go. But you only get a super monster combo. Okay, this one's just an that's action. That's also Birth of Venus, but just fish now as opposed to SpongeBob characters. And not cropped. Interesting. These guys are sitting down. Yes, these ones are actually like posing. They're like actual. Oh huh. The glass actually like goes outwards. It's a really cool touch. And Bold and Brash, naturally. I'm surprised they hadn't included Bold and Brash on Matilda, actually. Anywhere visible. Oh, but you can't get that from here, can you? At least if you do, it probably has to be a Sandy. I always hated... Actually, I feel like they might have made some of the jumps here easier. I feel like I had way less trouble platforming here just now than I usually do. Just admiring the art in the midst of everything else that's happening here. Stealing paintings, recovering museum paintings from the museum. Nothing suspicious about that. Why are they in the bathroom, by the way? It's kind of weird.
Time for a little sleepy sneak.
No, it's not.
Cha-ching!
What are you talking about, SpongeBob? The cues for saying things are a little weird in this game. By that I mean in the remake. Do they cancel collisions? Yes, they do. Oh, that's right. Vitruvian Bob. Beautiful. Vitruvian Sponge, I guess. Almost feels like a sequence break in the making. Oh, this almost feels like an out of bounds clip in the making. Someone get me the cruise bubble so I can do a cruise bubble clip through here. Could this monsoon leave me alone? Oh my god. Dude, back off! Like, if there's any place you can clip through walls in this game, this might be one of them. Because you're in such a compressed space. Although it's not like a wedge in any way. I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this. It'd be amusing if I can clip through something this way, but I don't think it's gonna happen. No. Yeah, the monsoons were much more accessible earlier, though, in the original game. But I want to get those socks. Oh, that helps too. The trench of advanced darkness. Oh no, I forgot to get that shiny object. Wait a minute, doesn't this drop me on the slide? No! Oh, just like the original, you can actually drop down here and just walk around. If you don't mind, I'll go back in here. Also, like there's a water texture on the ceiling. I don't know if that was in the original or not. If you don't mind, though, what I'll do here is I'll actually come back as Sandy, since the bus stop's right out here. I appreciate that there's a bus stop. I don't know. Did I make up that shiny object before? Does shiny objects respawn now? Maybe purple ones don't. Ember! Invincibility, haha. Ember Stomp, for those of you who have the slightest idea of who I'm talking about, which you probably don't, would... Bye. Would talk about, you know, he would actually collect as few shiny objects in this game as possible because he'd want to See him just sitting around everywhere. It bugs me how every time you load an area, it seems to load in its default state, and then it just remembers that it has to change things to make it be in its proper state. Like, for instance, destroying those floating whatevers. Huh, another case where it seems like Barnacle Boy is bugged and I can't talk to him. Actually, if you remember, I think in the original this was the case too. I think there was this weird thing where you actually couldn't talk to Barnacle Boy. In the original, if you're playing Insanity. I might be misremembering. I think that was the case though. There was like this one weird case where you couldn't talk to somebody that way. What's these buttons? Let's say cross.
Buzz off, you little pest. Nothing like a bit of roping to get the heart pumping.
Anyways, let's get those socks and I'll call it a day. Or a night, more appropriately. Oh, hello. Oh no, no worries about you. Ah, almost. What I can probably do instead, though, instead of using that glitch, is use this. Oh, I can't stand on the thing. That's weird, because I could stand on the thing as Spongebob earlier, I thought. That's not so much of a problem, because I can also do this.
Bam!
Oh no! Everything exploded! There we go. Yep. We're figuring this game out. We know what makes this game tick now. We're developing a new language of movement for this game. A successor to that of the original. Oh, huh. I didn't realize there's a position I have it there. That's interesting. Thank you. A very different one, certainly. New language, nevertheless. Hello, Golden Brash.
Well, I suppose it'll make Patrick happy.
Okay, cool. I feel like I'm kind of like obligated to at least acknowledge that the hooks it put there for Sandy. At the same time, I don't really want to go back up there from here. So I think what I'll do is I will call it a night here. Next episode we'll just quickly run back to the museum. And then from there we can progress. Beautiful. And look how casually you can do this stuff too. That's what I want to do. I want to just run up here and I know I acknowledge these hooks. Hooks also reappear if you... Yeah. What's the point of that, by the way? I was never sure what the point of those hooks was. Did this have a ceiling in the original? I feel like it didn't. I like the ceiling right now, it's cool. But I think I'll switch back to Spongebob first and then come back to the museum and then I'll call it a night. Oh wow, there's even a back to this thing. That is detail. But cool, we've learned things about Sandy. I'll switch back to SpongeBob and we'll go back to the museum, and then I'll let that be my drop-off point. So next episode we can do... Whoa! And we're SpongeBob, okay. And then we can, from here, pick up next time. And I'll just kind of teleport to... or get to this museum again as quickly as possible, which as you just saw was pretty quick. And then we'll continue up out of there. Anyways, bye everyone!